In this video, we will look at dividing rational expressions. To divide rational expressions, what we want to do is flip the rational expression that you are dividing by. So it will show up as the second one. So in this example, the one that comes after the division sign is the one we flip, and change it to a multiplication problem. We saw in a previous video how to do multiplication. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just write this as a multiplication problem first, and then I'll go ahead and factor. So I get x squared minus 5x minus 6 divided by x squared minus 2x plus 1. And now this second rational expression, I'm dividing by 3x minus 18 over x minus 1. But if I flip the fraction, I can change to multiplication here. So I'm going to multiply by x minus 1 over 3x minus 18. So all I did was I changed the division to a multiplication, and I flipped the fraction. Now I have to multiply, so I have to factor. So I'm going to factor x squared minus 5x minus 6. Because we don't have anything in front of the x squared term, we just have 1x squared, I can just use the fact that I need two numbers that multiply to be c and add to be b. So for example, if I did -3 and -2. Actually, that would not work. Let's see. Because a negative times a negative would be a positive. We want a minus here. So let's try x minus 6 and x plus 1. Now let's just check. -6 times +1 multiplies to be -6, and -6 plus 1 adds up to -5. So that's the correct factorization. And then here I want two numbers that multiply to be a +1 and add to be a -2. So I could do x minus 1, x minus 1. -1 and -1 multiply to be a +1, and they add to be a -2. Okay, and then my second rational expression, I have x minus 1. I'm going to just go ahead and put that in parentheses. Divided by 3x minus 18, I can pull out the 3, so I'll have 3 parentheses x minus 6, because 3 times -6 would give me a -18. All right, so now I get to cancel. So x minus 6 shows up in the numerator and in the denominator, so those cancel and leave me with a 1. X minus 1 shows up in the numerator and in the denominator, but it only cancels one of the factors in the denominator. And so now I have x plus 1 in the numerator, and I have x minus 1 and a factor of 3 in the denominator. So I'm going to put the 3 in front and then parentheses x minus 1. So change your division problem to a multiplication problem. Factor anything you can factor and look for things that show up in both the numerator and denominator that you can cancel.